Hello everyone and welcome to a new tutorial. So today we're going to be designing this abstract poster in Adobe Illustrator. I know it's not normally the type of posters tutorials I make here, normally they're more typography based, but I think sometimes it's nice actually to break it a little bit and just do something like very abstract and probably like meaningless, but still like a very beautiful shape and a very beautiful image, and we still learn a lot of techniques in the way and actually have more space for experimentation and just for more fun sometimes. So let's just get started. Sorry. First thing, let's set up our document. I'm gonna use a 1700 by 2400 pixels in vertical orientation in RGB color and 300 dpi. You can actually change this to 72. We don't need because I'm not gonna print this right now, and if I need to change it later, I can change it later for 300. Because Illustrator is a vector-based software, so scaling stuff up and down is not a problem. So let's just press create. Great. Okay, cool. So let's go. First thing, let's just get to a toolbar here and let's use our ellipse tool. And let's make a really nice ellipse. I'm holding Alt and Shift, so I scale the ellipse like proportionally. Because if I don't do that, it actually gets a little bit hard to make it like a proportional ellipse, like a perfect ellipse. And you can actually just double click over here and then just change, like I want to make a file for 500 by 500 pixels and just press OK. So just I'm gonna do it again. Click twice over the artboard and make it 500 by 500. This will make it as well, but I like to be like free like this. I just hold Alt and Shift and then it scales from the center. It's really cool. Anyway, we have our ellipse here. I'm going to remove the stroke and I'm going to make it the fill white. Let's just make the fill a little bit actually a lighter gray. Really quick here. Perfect. I'm going to select our ellipse and then I'm going to, where is my menu? My menu is gone. Okay, go to Effects and go to 3D and Materials, 3D Classic, Extrude and Bevel Classic. Perfect. I just need to... Oh, I wanted to push the artboard to the center, but well, we'll stay there. I'm gonna just move this little cube here, which controls the 3D rotation of the object. I'm gonna just make it like a really nice perspective here. You can select faces or even like just the edges to rotate them, which is really cool. Just gonna try to do the best I can, and then just rotate this edge here. And I'm gonna increase the extrude depth here. Going to make it 120. Maybe something like this. Maybe actually I'm gonna rotate this face to the other side. Not too much. Maybe 300, it's a little bit too much. Maybe I'm gonna make it 200. I think it'll be alright. Even maybe 180. I don't want it very thick. I want just like a very elegant shape. And just going to be sure this is 0 here. Perfect. So I made our sphere. This is like the main element of our poster. Next thing we're going to do, just with the sphere selected, let's go to Object and then like Expand Appearance. And let's just right click and ungroup it. I'm going to select this edge here and ungroup it again until actually you can actually select the faces. I'm going to select this edge and then I'm going to Window, Pathfinder. Actually, my Pathfinder is already here. I'm going to just use the Unite option to connect all of these shapes together. And perfect. Now we only have two shapes. And let's just start adding some color. So I love, like, if you go to the Adobe Color website, you have like millions of color combinations. But sometimes when I'm just like in a rush, or not even a rush, I just want to do something really quick and be creative really quick. So I normally just use the Illustrator swatches libraries. And for this case, we are going to Window, Swatches Libraries, Art History. And I'm going to use a pop art one. I think was the color swatch library that I use for this poster. And perfect. I'm going to select this face here. And then I'm going to apply a gradient. And I'm going to change the gradient to a point gradient. So the point gradient is interesting. You can actually use lines. You can just start like a line like this. And then like if you're almost vectorizing something with a gradient. But I like to have more control. So I just use the points. So I'm just going to select this point here, and then I'm going to use the pop art swatches here. I'm going to make it like a nice purple, and then another point here. I'm going to make it this color, and then another one here. Maybe this color here. This color is probably not the same I was using on the example, but I don't know which color I was using anymore. So the colors, yeah, I just want you to be free with the colors. I don't want the tutorial be about use this very specific color. No, I just want to show you the technique and the process behind it. So I have a friend just calling me on Discord. I actually need to refuse this call really quick. Sorry, mate. And I'm gonna finish this tutorial, then I call him. I'm just going to select this other shape. Again, apply a gradient. Just change the orientation of the gradient here. You can just change the angle you want. I'm gonna change it to -90. And then I'm going to change this color here to something like more interesting. Maybe something like more like this. Maybe I think I use a very dark color there. I don't know. Maybe I will use a very dark blue. I think it'll be alright. Will do the job. And maybe this one actually change it to. I'm going to change this one like to a light green. No, just a gradient. Sometimes it's tricky to use this color gradient tool thing because it just changes the entire color instead of the gradient that I want to change. I'm just going to use a green from here. Perfect. So this is done. Next thing I wanted to do is just select this face here, and then I'm going to edit, copy, and edit, paste in place. And then I'm going to right click, transform, and scale it. I'm going to scale it up to maybe 80% will be alright, maybe 75 for this scale. And I'm going to make it black. And then next, I'm going to select this object again, go to edit, copy, edit, paste in place, and I'm going to place in place again. So I have 3 copies now. So I'm going to slide this one down like this. I'm going to select this other one, and using the Pathfinder tool, I'm going to use the minus front, so it deletes the shape in the front. To create this effect, you can actually even use the shape builder tool, but sometimes I just like to have this here so I don't need to use I don't know, whatever is quicker to get. Wherever I'm on the screen, I will reach, but I'm just going to make it like, I'm going to steal the gradient from this side here. I'm going to change what is the gradient tab? I'm going to change the orientation of it. I'm going to just make it 90 as well, something like this. Perfect. And this is like the main shape that happens on this poster. Everything after this is just like replicating this shape multiple times. So let's just select all of this and right click and group it. So you can move everything together in one go. Let's select the shape and let's go to effects and then go to distort and transform. And I'm gonna use the transform option here. I'm gonna just have the preview selected and let's move this to the side a little bit and make a few copies. Not that many, maybe like 5 copies, and then just keep moving this until we see some spacing between the copies. I'm actually going to reduce to 2 copies, 3, see how many actually we need, and perfect. So this is almost there actually. This is the element. I'm pretty happy with it. You can scale it, and then it actually applies the scale to all the copies, and the distance between keeps the same, which is really cool. You can play a lot with this. Actually, I'm gonna just scale it. So I don't want to see these little black bits there. I think they will be very distracting. Maybe I don't need them. Perfect. Then I'm gonna select this. I'm going to object and expand appearance. So this way, this is not like a transform thing anymore. If I scale this, it actually scales everything together. But I'm actually able to, have a little bit more control if I want to change colors of these shapes or anything. Perfect. Let's just select this. Let's just align it to the artboard a little bit. Holding Alt, and selecting the object, let's just drag it down like this. Perfect. And then again, let's press R for rotation, And let's just rotate it like this. Now let's just try to match the best we can these curves here, so they actually blend really nicely. And this is pretty much it actually. Let's just select both of them, right click, group them, and just scale them a little bit. And get the rectangle tool here, make a nice rectangle, make a black background, right click, arrange it, send it to the back. And yeah, actually it's pretty much it. This was a poster. I hope you enjoyed. I'm gonna just make it a new solid and arrange it to make some noise layer here. I'm going to effects before I finish it. Effects, texture, grain, and I'm gonna apply a stippled grain, intensity maybe like 10, press OK, opacity here, choose screen blending mode, reduce the screen, make it 10%. Now we have a nice grain. Okay, now the tutorial is finished. I hope you enjoyed. Please let me know in the comments if you like these posters and if you like actually to have like some sort of like abstract posters as well, not just like typography based posters. I love to use typography and I love to make typography posters. I think they're really like satisfying because in the end you can actually read something and actually enjoy something visually. But sometimes actually just doing this like abstract ones with gradients and just make beautiful shapes, make nice compositions, and that's it. You know, you don't need sometimes more than that. You don't need a message. You just need like something visual appealing to your public, I think. Well, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please, if you did, hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed yet, like the video, share it, and let me know what you think in the comments. And I'll see you in the next one. Cheers. Bye-bye.